Stick around, because we're diving deep into one of the most intense political dramas unfolding right now in the UK. Over 3 million people have signed a petition demanding a general election. Labour is under fire, and questions about Keir Starmer's leadership are dominating the headlines. Could this be the beginning of a seismic shift in British politics? Don't go anywhere, because this is a story that could define the future of the nation. Stay tuned. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Together, we're building a community that holds leaders accountable, demands transparency, and never backs down when politicians fail us. Imagine this: over 3 million signatures collected in record time. That's not just a petition, it's a national outcry. This is a movement fueled by frustration, anger, and the belief that the people deserve better. The petition is demanding a general election, a rare and powerful tool in British politics. But what's even more remarkable is the sheer scale of public unity behind it. This isn't just about party politics, it's about the nation saying enough is enough. People feel abandoned by the current leadership. Broken promises, skyrocketing costs, and a lack of real solutions have left millions feeling unheard. The debate in Parliament yesterday brought this frustration into sharp focus, forcing MPs to confront the undeniable power of public opinion. From promising leader to controversial figure, when Keir Starmer first took the helm of the Labour Party, many saw him as a beacon of hope after years of turbulence within the party. He promised a fresh start. He spoke about unity, fairness, and rebuilding trust with the working class. But fast forward to today, and the optimism surrounding his leadership has faded. Starmer's approval ratings have plummeted to a worrying 39%, and his leadership is under intense scrutiny. One of the key issues haunting Starmer is his inability to deliver on his campaign promises. When he ran for Labour leadership, he pledged bold reforms, abolishing fees, fighting for social justice, and improving public services. These commitments resonated with millions, especially young voters. However, his reversal on abolishing tuition fees stands out as a major betrayal for students already burdened with debt. This promise represented hope, but Starmer's U-turn wasn't just disappointing, it felt like a slap in the face. Energy bills are soaring, inflation is hitting record highs, and families are being forced to make impossible choices. While the public is crying out for bold action, many feel Starmer's response has been lackluster and uninspiring. The Labour Party itself is increasingly fractured. Prominent MPs have openly questioned Starmer's decisions, creating an image of a leader struggling to maintain control. These issues have culminated in a growing distrust, not just in Starmer, but in the Labour Party as a whole. Yesterday's debate on the petition was a moment of reckoning. MPs from across the political spectrum weighed in, and the tension in the room was palpable. Some MPs defended Starmer, arguing that he's doing his best in challenging circumstances, but others didn't hold back, pointing to his growing unpopularity and the urgent need for change. The debate wasn't just about the petition, it was a reflection of a nation at a breaking point. The question now is whether this movement will force meaningful action or be dismissed as just another protest. Let's talk about the role of young voters, because they're a driving force behind this movement. For years, young people have felt overlooked by political leaders, but this generation is more politically active and vocal than ever before. They're not just watching from the sidelines, they're demanding change. Starmer's broken promise on tuition fees is a particularly sore point for young voters. Imagine being a student, already struggling with debt, and hearing a leader promise to abolish tuition fees, only to backtrack once in power. For many, this wasn't just disappointing, it was a betrayal. Young voters are also deeply concerned about issues like climate change, housing affordability, and job security, and they feel Starmer's leadership has failed to address these challenges in a meaningful way. National emergency. Let's not underestimate the impact of the cost of living crisis. Families across the UK are struggling to make ends meet. Energy bills have doubled in some cases, grocery prices are skyrocketing, and inflation is eroding purchasing power for millions of people. This crisis isn't just about numbers, it's about survival, and they're looking to their leaders for solutions. Starmer's critics argued that his response has been inadequate. They see vague proposals and missed opportunities instead of the bold action needed to address the crisis.